Happy New Year! Let's go ahead and start this new year off with a bang, shall we? What's good, Enterprisers? Jason Ligo here again, and in this video I want to talk to you about how to start the new year off with a bang. That's right, how to start the new year off with a bang. And I think this is a very timely video at the time that you're watching this, or at least the time that this is being aired. We are just a few days away from New Year. And so ringing in the new year is a very exciting time. We just got through Christmas and all those other holidays, but now it's time to start the new year off right. And that is exactly what we want to do. And so what I'm going to share with you now in this video are 3 very simple, quick ways to get off on the right foot in starting your new year off right. Now, obviously, everything that we do on this channel is geared towards building our online businesses and becoming successful in business. But the reality is you can apply these same disciplines and hacks into any other portion of your life, whether it's losing weight or maybe achieving some other goal. You want to go ahead and start off the new year off right with a bang, and this is exactly how you do it. So let's not waste any time. Let's jump right into it. Let's start our new year off with a bang. Let's go. Number 1, fresh start mentality. Fresh start mentality. That's right. When it comes to starting off the new year off right, you definitely want to make sure that you're starting with a blank page. And I think that's kind of the beauty and the message of New Year, is that you really get a chance to do that. What I find though, in all my years of helping people and serving people in my career and in my business, what I find is that a lot of people, the majority I'd say, head into the new year bringing last year's baggage with them. And you got to be careful about this because it's very, very real, and it's very, very deconstructive to what you're trying to do. You can't head into the new year thinking about your shortfalls from last year, or thinking about your mistakes, or thinking about the targets that you didn't hit. So for instance, maybe last year your goal was to become financially independent, or to finally quit your job, or to finally make $1 million, or to finally do this or that, and you haven't hit it yet. And so when you start the new year off right, it's very easy for you to focus on that and dwell on that, and I'm telling you, don't do that at all. I'm telling you to mentally wipe the slate clean in your head and start from ground zero. Now, obviously, your past failures and your shortfalls are always going to be there. So when they do come up, I would strongly encourage you to channel that energy and use that more as motivation, as opposed to what's going to become discouragement if that's what you focus on from the beginning. So don't do that. Come January 1st, I want you starting from ground zero. Now, the cool thing is, even though mentally you're starting from ground zero, the reality is you're probably not starting from ground zero because you're building off of the momentum that you have already built from last year, or at least you should be. As long as you didn't take the last few months off and you've been putting in your grind and putting in the work, then hopefully you do have some things that you're rolling into this year. And that's going to be great because that's going to help you start your new year off right with a little bit of just that, successful momentum. And that energy is something that you can ride towards bigger and better different milestones as your year continues to unfold and as you continue to move forward in the new year. But even if you didn't start from there, you're starting from ground zero. The whole point of this message of fresh mentality and fresh start, clean start mentality is that you're not starting from a place of negativity. And that's the most important thing. When you're starting with the new year in mind, start truly with a new year's mindset. And that comes from the fresh, clean, let's start from ground zero mindset. This is where we're going to start. Number 2, get organized. Get organized, okay? Now, this is a really big tip because it's so important and it encompasses a lot of different things. But again, now is the time to get organized. The reality is, I'm talking about right now. Even before January 1st, even before the actual new year, spend these last few days getting organized and getting your ducks in a row. That way, when it comes to New Year's, you definitely have a plan of attack, you have a plan of action, and now it's all about the execution of said plan. You want to spend this time right now getting organized, whatever that means to you, okay? If that means putting out your plan, and maybe you've got a time, like I said, because of last year, you've got some momentum run and you saw some things that you tried and you saw some things that maybe did not work or didn't, pan out in a certain time frame, and you have that knowledge that you can draw upon so that now you're starting from ground zero or day one, you can bring that knowledge in there and formulate a better plan, something that's a little bit more realistic, something that's a little bit more season and you have a little bit more substance behind it because of the previous efforts that you've already laid out. Now's the time to get organized, okay? So if you know that you have to form a new LLC, go ahead and put that as one of your first items that you need to go ahead and handle, if it really is that important. If you need to go ahead and find out a better way to operate your certain parts of your day, now's the time to go ahead and handle these things. Things like time management, things like organizing your calendar, things like, creating scheduling in your week that would include personal time and recreational time with friends and family. That's an easy way to suck productivity time and throw it down the drain if you're not careful, as much as I love friends and family. But these are the things you want to consider now. Get organized, okay? Again, once the new year hits, you don't want to have any questions as to what you should be doing and when. What tasks are the most important that you need to handle? These are the questions that you want to have answered now, because you don't want to worry about it once the new year comes. Once the new year shows up, it is game time. So do not waste those valuable, precious moments still trying to figure it out. No. Figure it out now. Get organized. You've often heard me say in the past, okay, you got to get organized before you can mobilize, before you can monetize. And I can't stress the importance of this step. So now that we've already handled the mindset portion of it, which is the fresh start mindset, now's the time to get organized. Get organized, get organized, get organized. Number 3, and finally, aggressive execution, okay? Aggressive execution. This is what it all comes down to now, all right? Now that we got the mindset done and we got the organization done, now is the time to do just that. Get it done, okay? Get it done, get it done, get it done. And I mean aggressively, okay? If the things that you wrote down in the organization phase included, talk to so many prospects, okay, I want you to add aggression behind that task, which would look something like this. Rather than just talk to so many prospects, write down talk to so many prospects or contact so many prospects, and then add a time deadline attached to it, or add a time qualifier next to it. So again, for further illustration, if your goal in 1 month is to talk to 1,000 new prospects, then make sure that you're putting that down. Talk to 1,000 new prospects within 30 days, okay? And honestly, I'm gonna tell you and encourage you to do it, again, be more aggressive about it. Don't give yourself 30 days to do that. That's a whole lot of time that goes wrong. Break that up into weekly segments, talk to 250 prospects by the end of the week, right? And then make sure you're keeping good logs and good communications with what happens within each one of these contacts and attempts to contact somebody. You understand what I'm saying? If your goal is to complete 3 different videos, make sure you have 3 different videos and you have a time deadline because of it. And maybe you want to go ahead and give yourself a consequence if you don't have it done in time. But these are the disciplines that needs to take place in order to make sure that you have the best shot at accomplishing your goals, because it allows you and almost enforces that you really take these actions and execute aggressively. And I'm gonna tell you, in the beginning of the year, this is the time to be aggressive. Everybody else is, right? Why wouldn't you be as well? If you think about it, at the beginning of the year, the gyms are packed with people who are trying to lose weight because it's the New Year's resolution time and they're trying to be aggressive in their execution, right? Now we know, you and I both know, that after about a 3-4 week stunt, that number significantly goes down. There's no one in the gyms anymore, a fraction of the portion of which, and the same is true with people who are trying to build their businesses, build their future, and attack their next endeavor. And I'm encouraging you to not be that way. Don't be that way. Stay aggressive throughout. And so do what it takes to make sure that your aggressive output remains at a high level. Again, things like time management, things like deadlines, things like consequences if you don't do it. The other thing that you can do to help you aggressively execute is employ what's called an accountability partner. And this is a great opportunity for you to build a good, solid business relationship, but also a personal friendship with someone who can hold you accountable. Now, this person doesn't need to be your best friend, but imagine the good that this does when you have someone on tap that you know that you can check in with every single week or every couple days or whatever it is that you call and you decide on, and this person simply is not going to berate you, they're not going to try to coach you, they're simply going to say, okay, show me what you said you were going to do, right? And if you don't present it to them, then there's a level of accountability there that, it's almost shaming, right? It's almost disappointing to yourself. And my goal is not to shame you, but you understand what I'm saying. There's power in leveraging the accountability partner, right? So these are all different things that you can take into consideration, but I'm just telling you right now, be aggressive in your execution. Whatever it is that you planned on, whatever it is that you wrote down, there's no time like the present. Get after it. As soon as the new year hits, Get after it with as much energy and vigor as you got and make it happen. All right? So aggressive execution, that's step number 3, and that's where you're gonna end. All right, my friends, listen, I hope this was helpful to you. 3 quick and dirty, great ways to start the new year off right. Now, let me go ahead and say again, thank you to all of you for the support and for subscribing and just throughout the years who have continued to help me put out good content, and your support and subscription to this channel has been definitely appreciated, more than appreciated. It's something that I love and I'm still blessed and fortunate to be able to do. So thank you for riding with me, and I look forward to serving you more with great new content as would help you and serve you in the new year and in the future. So from me to you and from mine to yours, Happy New Year, my friend, and I wish you all the success in the world in this new year. Continue to subscribe, follow, share, like, and make sure you hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any more hot new content that I got coming down the pipe for you. This one is for you, my friends. This is your year. Let's get it. I'm so excited to see what happens to you and your success as you explode in this new year. Let's get it. Let's get after it. Happy New Year.